ready for your weekly dose of pixie dust with Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick.
What?
We've got some pretty big Frozen news of the week.
Duh.
Well, of course there's Frozen news of the week, but this one's kind of big. Yeah. Although it seems to me like it was like delayed a year for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this, but the Grammys happened this past weekend. Mm-hmm. And guess who won a few?
Big Hero 6?
No, it wasn't Big Hero 6.
Oh.
It was hint. Something of the week.
Frozen
of the week, yes. Frozen won for Best Song, written from visual media. That song, of course, was Fixer Upper.
Uh-huh.
No, it was Let It Go, of course. And Best Compilation Soundtrack for visual media, Frozen. So that's pretty cool. But my question is, like, why didn't this happen last year? I don't follow the Grammys.
Yeah,
I never
either.
watched the Grammys, so I don't really know.
Maybe like voting was done already. I don't know. I mean, Frozen is from 2013 by this point. It seems so long ago, but still so recent.
So it was November 2013 that the movie came out, and if the Grammys were February last year as well, I mean, maybe the voting cutoff ended like November 1st or something. In any case, they won this past weekend. So this film from over a year ago continues to win awards. Frozen never dies.
Never.
But there's a little bit more Frozen news of the week, and it's related to one of your favorite things, although I don't know if you play it so much anymore.
I don't. But I still like them. I like the little stuff ones.
Yeah, and it's called
Tsum Tsum!
Tsum Tsum. Tsum Tsum.
Tsum Tsum!
Or like
That's how you say it.
Tsum Tsum!
That's the only way to say it.
Okay.
Like, excuse me, ma'am, can I get them Tsum Tsum?
You should do that. Where are the Tsum Tsum toys?
That's exactly how I do it.
That's what we're going to do next time we're at World of Disney. And they'll be like, excuse me? But in any case, we've spoken about it on the show. It's a little phone app that you enjoy. But there are stuffed toys now that go along with these little characters, and they're coming out with a bunch of Frozen ones. Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Sven, Olaf, and interestingly enough, Hans.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that. In fact, I looked at the little stuffed toy and I was like, is that Hans? Because it didn't really remind me of him, but I was like, it has to be.
Yeah, they're already out in Tokyo, and some people are like shipping them to people in the US.
Of course.
And I want the Sven one.
Of course you do. You want everything Sven related.
Sven's my favorite.
Oh, you're so funny. But that's kind of cool, and I think that's like it for Frozen News of the Week.
Yeah.
Can we have an outro theme song?
Ooh.
Was that the song?
That was the song.
Oh, I hated that. I hated everything about it. That's the end of Frozen News of the Week.
Ding.
Anywho, moving on from there. So normally we, on the show, we have like a major subject that we talk a lot about for the whole episode.
Yeah.
But what happens is there's so much Disney news that comes out. We kind of like get this backlog of news or smaller news that happens. And every once in a while we'll just take an episode and kind of bang through all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing tonight, folks. We have a lot of little topics to cover.
There's a lot of them.
And let's start with a pretty big little topic. Star Wars. Yes. Star Wars has had some pretty big announcements lately. They've gone on the record to talk about, of course, this December, Episode 7 comes out.
Yes.
But they've gone on the record to say that Episode 8 is going to be in 2017 and Episode 9 will be in 2019. Now, what this means is it's actually being made faster than a Star Wars film ever has.
Yeah.
When George Lucas was doing it, it was every 3 years. Now it's every 2 years. And it's not just that. They've confirmed they're doing these standalone films that are, at least the first one will be in 16? So it's going to be between.
Yeah, it's going to be between every episode.
Okay. How do we feel about this?
It's a lot of stuff. Is it?
It's a lot of Star Wars.
But then again, it's I guess Star Wars is in the same universe. I was going to say, then again, we still get a Disney Pigs. Well, we didn't get one last year, but a Pixar film every year and a Disney animation every year.
Yes, but those are very different stories.
This is the full universe. I mean, if they make them well, I'm down.
Here's my fear. I don't think you can make a Star Wars movie every year that's good. I just don't. I think it's going to be overkill.
Well,
to me, it very much seems like we paid, what was it, $4 billion for this property?
Yeah.
Let's make our money back. Like, that's what it feels like to me.
but they will, and I'm
course
telling
they
you,
will.
if they make it well, I'm fine with the actual continuation with 7, 8, 9, whatever. That is its own story, but I feel like the standalone is also their own stories as well. So I think putting that in between, I think it works.
I hope it works.
I think it separates it well.
I'm the type of person, though, that like I really enjoy space between things because it makes me want it. Like, I think I've said in the past, like the expo, the D23 expo is every 2 years. And although it would be great to go every year, it's so much more exciting because it's not every year.
Yeah.
And so to have a Star Wars movie every single year, and it sounds like it's going to be that way for probably 4 or 5 years at least, I think it's a little dangerous.
But then you also have to think of it, I mean, you may not think of it, but there's also, I feel like Marvel's the same universe as well. And we do have a Marvel movie, several of them sometimes in the same year.
Here's the thing about Star Wars. No matter what, good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. It's going to make a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, when the prequels came out, people, you know, didn't always have the nicest things to say, but they always made a ton of money. They're just going to. So it doesn't matter. I guess it's more from like an integrity point of view than a will it be successful point of view. And it scares me a little bit.
It seems like they're going to be working on, it's not going to be like a fast track when they're like done with 7, they'll go to standalone. I think they're like, it's obviously going to be different directors, so they'll be working on.
Yeah, I think
it's fluid.
I think I need to make a correction. I think I said 2016, the standalone film. It's actually 2018. So it's going to be 2015, episode 7. 2016, nothing. 2017 will be episode 8. 2018, standalone. 2019, episode 9. And there's even been hints at like an additional trilogy.
Yeah.
So, like, it might go beyond 9. So, it's a lot of Star Wars.
I'm ready for it.
You're ready? Okay.
Yeah, and what we mean by standalone is that I know they're going to focus on the origins, or who knows, maybe prequel or sequel, whatever, of a specific character. And I believe the rumored or confirmed is Boba Fett.
I know that Felicity Jones has been confirmed as an actress for the standalone film.
Okay, cool.
And they're going to focus on Boba Fett. Interesting. Okay. We'll see. You know, we'll see. But of course, along with Star Wars in theaters, that means they're going to be making a huge, appearance in the parks.
Yes.
Which I think is the most exciting thing. But we have been warned by Bob Iger, this is going to be a long process, which I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear it's not.
I think to me, ever since the D23 Expo in 2013, I knew it was going to be a long process because they started hinting back then in the Imagineering Pavilion area.
Yeah.
They had a whole section called Blue Harvest.
Yes.
And Orange Harvest was the code name for the first Star Wars film, A New Hope, when they were filming it. So Blue Harvest is the code name for the potential Star Wars theme park project, which they showcased kind of in 2013, but nothing has happened since then. So we've gotten no news in 2 years about it.
And he has said that, like, everything they want to do in the parks, and this makes sense to me, they want it to be based on their Disney's Star Wars films. So, of course, we got to wait for those to come out first before they can do anything in the parks with them, which I think is a smart move. My question is, we'd heard rumors for a long time about a Star Wars theme park. Not like a land, a Star Wars theme park. Do you think that's ever going to happen?
I think it's possible.
Where do you think it would go?
Oh, definitely Walt Disney World.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
There have been rumors it was going to happen out here.
100%. Is where?
Supposedly they own more land, Strawberry Fields or something. There's the rumors.
I feel like Walt Disney World, everything is in that enclosed area, and to spread out the Disneyland parks would be weird.
Well, but you know, I don't think anybody ever thought Disney California Adventure could be as close to Disneyland as it is. Like, they work their magic and things happen.
So I know that, like, over in Walt Disney World, between all the theme parks and all the hotels and whatnot, it's only about 1/3 of the actual land that they own. So they do have 2/3 to use, although I've heard that the other 1/3 is conservation. So they could technically have 8 parks.
Yeah.
And hotels and everything. So I think it's definitely a possibility for even, would you say, like, a Marvel and Star Wars park? Like a straight boys park.
But a boys park? Wow, very sexist of you.
Yes.
He said it, not me. Don't leave comments for me about sexism.
I'm talking a long way down the road after contracts.
After the contracts? If they're going to do it, I would say let's just have a Star Wars park.
Yeah.
If they really want to do that, I'd say have your own Marvel park. So if they do build this, and we're totally just, you know, brainstorming.
Do I think the park will happen? Probably not. I think it's most likely going to be a land. If anything, it'll be a land. Okay.
Do you think it'll just be added on at the Hollywood Studios?
Yes.
And here at Tomorrowland?
Yes.
Those have been the rumors for long. I would love to see a standalone theme park.
Oh yeah, really there's been concept art of standalone theme park.
Yeah,
and the funniest thing is a lot of it was based off Epcot, and they have the Death Star as the front.
That's funny.
Of it, it's real fun.
I like that. But in any case, much more Star Wars coming your way. Speaking of Star Wars, actually, guys, I'm a collector of things, and I recently was going through some stuff and found some old Star Wars posters I have that have never been hung or anything. They're like brand spanking new. I'm getting rid of them, and I was going to throw them away, and then I was like, why don't I give it to somebody who listens to DCTC and might enjoy it? So if you want to win a Star Wars poster, check out the contest page on DisneyCoastToCoast.com, and you can have it. I'll send it to you with a happy little note saying, I hope you use this more than I did, because literally it was sitting in my closet for a very long time. In any case, moving on from there, some kind of big news. We don't normally talk about this type of stuff because it's like very business oriented, but I feel like it needs to be mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, Tom Staggs has been appointed the new COO of the Walt Disney Company. And he used to run actually he still is running. He's kind of double jobbing it right now, where he was in charge of the theme parks, and now he's the new COO. What's really interesting about this is that's not what anybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about the fact that this is assuming that he will become the next CEO.
Everyone's like, this is the successor.
Yeah, so Bob Iger's successor, most likely, is Tom Staggs. Now, how do you feel about this?
I like Tom Staggs.
Yeah.
I like Tom Staggs a lot. I mean, I think I think he's done well with the parks.
I think he's done a lot with the parks,
which
is good. I would just like to see a brand new park in the U.S.
I don't agree with everything he's done, Magic Bands included, but...
Really? You would really wipe away Magic Bands altogether if you could?
I think it's... And not that I find it... I like Magic Bands. But I don't think that was the right direction. It's still a problem project.
Yeah. I don't see it coming out here anytime soon.
No, it's a very problematic project and a very costly project, which has put a lot of other things on hold, which is why I don't think we've seen a lot of information come out for new attractions or new rides for the park. As much as we like to, especially at D23 Expo, there's no ride announcements or no anything theme park.
They should have had an entire panel on Magic Bands.
Yeah.
And this is what we were plan on doing with them.
But like I said, I mean, Magic Bands are okay, but I think it was a costly project.
Yeah. Now, Tom Staggs, like a lot of people, if you really look into the history of Hollywood these days, it's run by numbers people.
Yeah.
These giant creative corporations are run by money people. Which, look, I get it. You need those people in order to make money and in order for these companies to continue. My wish and hope, I would love to see the Walt Disney Company run by two people again. Back like when Walt and Roy did it. And even when Michael Eisner was there, for most of the time, Frank Wells was there, and he was more the money guy, and Michael Eisner was the more the creative guy. And I feel like that's what works in a creative industry. So it makes me sad to think that, like, once again, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see anybody new going because I'm just ready for a change. But I just wish there was more of a team with like, I would love to see John Lasseter and Tom Staggs run the company together. You know, so you got the guy making sure the money is being made, and you got this super creative guy doing everything for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. It's not going to happen. But unless he really screws up, he's the next CEO, and Bob Iger's contract is up in 2018, so that's possibly when it's all going to happen. But for now, congratulations on the COO job, because nobody seems to really care about the fact that he got a major promotion there. So in any case, that's our 2 cents on that. Also happening, this is funny because this is kind of old news, but it's still like buzzing around in the blogosphere and all that stuff, is Starbucks at Disney parks. Mm-hmm. Okay. In everyday life, I don't drink Starbucks very rarely. Well, I go, I'm not a coffee drinker. You do, right? Mm-hmm. How do we feel about it in the parks?
I like it.
You like it. I will admit, I was one of those people when I first heard about it. I was like, you can't put Starbucks on Main Street. Like, I just was so anti. I was like, you're missing the whole point and all that stuff. The more I thought about it, I'm like, there's so much stuff in there that really doesn't make sense timeline-wise. But also, I must say, I have been very, very impressed with the way they've incorporated it into the parks. Oh, yeah. I have never walked by, except for on Downtown Disney, which is fine, but I've never walked by a Starbucks in a park and been like, oh, Starbucks. It's always designed nicely.
Here's why I love Starbucks in the parks.
Cuts the lines down for the rides.
Annual pass discount.
Oh, because you can't get that at a normal Starbucks.
Nope.
What was it, like 15%?
Doesn't matter. And it has Mickey balloons on the cup.
And it's only because you're at Disneyland. If it were Walt Disney World, you probably wouldn't get an AP discount.
No.
So that's pretty funny that's what you like.
Yeah, but it's still an issue for people.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously it's doing really well because it's going everywhere. In fact, I think the big news was that it's now going to be in the Hollywood studios, meaning it's
just opened in Hollywood studios.
Okay, so that's 3 of the 4 parks it's in now.
It's Main Street. It's over at Epcot. Took the place of the fountain. I don't know what it was called.
Not Club Cool.
No, it was right next to Club Cool. It was an ice cream place. Okay. And then Hollywood Studios. It's right on Hollywood, and then it's going into Animal Kingdom real soon. And the funniest part is there are 2 Starbucks at Downtown Disney.
Oh, yeah, in Florida.
Just in case you're over by the West Side or Marketplace, you can hit up a Starbucks.
Nice. And in addition to that, we've got it here at Disneyland on Main Street. Mm-hmm. And we've got it at Disney California Adventure.
And at Downtown Disney.
And at Downtown Disney. Once, though. Only once. I do love the fact that they have those screens, though, where, like, we can see Orlando and Orlando can see us. In fact, we almost met up there once back when you were living there, which was fun and lame and totally nerdy. And I love it. But in any case... Yeah, so it's happening. I think, like I said, I think they've done a really great job incorporating it, and it's never like blatant like it's Starbucks. So yeah, I would suggest maybe work an Arial into the logo a little bit. I would like to see that. That'd be a good thing. You know, I've seen the unofficial T-shirts and stuff, but I would like to see it official. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think if you're too worried about this issue, just
you just need a coffee. Calm down.
Calm it down.
It's okay.
Let it go.
Wow, pun intended. Okay, so moving on from Starbucks, some other kind of big news in the park is this maybe the shortest-lived attraction of all time? I don't know if that's true, but it's pretty short-lived. Luigi's Flying Tires at Disney California Adventure, part of Cars Land, is going away as of February 16th. It's its last day.
Yep.
And we feel...
indifferent.
I'm fine with it going away. But let's face it, pretty short-lived. Now, most people know that this attraction was based on an older attraction in Tomorrowland with the flying saucers, and it's basically a human air hockey table. Just never worked the way anybody ever wanted it to. You've ridden it for sure.
The only time I ever rode it was the first week Cars Land opened, and I only have ridden it with the beach balls.
Oh, okay. I did not ever experience the beach balls, but I will say I predicted the second I saw those beach balls in promotional videos, I was like, those are gone in the first week.
And
No
it
question. In fact, from what I hear, they sold them at Company D. So maybe some of you own one of those beach balls.
There you go.
But yeah, Luigi's Flying Tires going away.
Soon they'll be selling the tires at Company D.
Hey, I would buy one and make it into a bed. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. And so obviously that means there's room for a new attraction. We are hearing some kind of exciting news. It's going to be the first trackless ride system in the U.S. And they use that in Phantom Manor? No, Mystic Manor in Hong Kong.
And in a Disney park.
Yeah, in a Disney park. I'm sorry. And so yeah, Mystic Manor in Hong Kong uses it, and the new Ratatouille ride in Paris uses it. So it's not like brand new technology, but it's new for us.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting to me is based on the concept art, it looks like it's an outdoor attraction still. So this may be the first trackless system outdoors, at least for Disney.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very similar to, they use the trackless system also in Winnie the Pooh in Tokyo or Hong Kong, I'm not sure. Where in the Heffalump room, the cars almost like go really close to each other and kind of like, but they're all on a GPS system. So
keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times.
So I feel like it'll kind of be like that room where you get in a car and they're all just go around and like almost like a teacup, but not on a track.
Yeah,
so it can go anywhere.
It did look a bit bumper car-y, just based on the concept art was basically, the cars, because it's still part of Cars Land. And it looked like 2 people per car and just riding around. So it's a fairly small ride, but
it looks fun.
Sure. I mean, we'll try it for sure.
Probably better than Luigi's Flying Tires.
Probably. So in any case, if you want to ride Luigi's and you can get to the park before February 16th, it's your last chance to do so.
Real soon.
It is very soon. In addition to that, so I think it was last week we mentioned how Shanghai has pushed its opening date into early 2016. And I feel like they've kind of had to appease us a little because people were a little bummed. So we saw some concept art come out.
They're like, listen, this is why we're pushing it.
Yeah, they're like, we've got, we've mentioned before on the show, they're actually building a whole pirate section, like a land. It's called Treasure Cove Land. It's going to be all pirates themed. And the Pirates of the Caribbean ride actually has a title. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure. And they released some concept art for this. And although it was reminiscent of pirates that we know, the first time at Disneyland when you go in and you see the 2 giant ships and they're battling from across and you're riding through, reminiscent of that, but kind of on a grander scale.
Yeah.
It looks like a much grander scale. And so it looks like they're really upping the ante on some of these. And I love that. When they do the new parks, I love that. I've experienced Pirates and Haunted Mansion in Paris, which is obviously a newer park. And God, they're fantastic there.
Yeah, they showed the concept art, and then underneath you can see like the structures that they're building, and it's massive.
Yeah, they're pretty huge.
Like comparative to the ones that were Walt Disney or Disneyland, it's massive.
Yeah. So it's kind of exciting. So we got that to look forward to. But I did think it was funny. I'm like, I think they're trying to appease us.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think it worked though. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, continue.
Take your time. Just not too long. Just not too long. So that's pretty cool. Also at Animal Kingdom. So there's been a ton of stuff going on in Animal Kingdom. There were lots of walls up, I think, covering most of the Tree of Life. And they've been expanding pathways and kind of just getting ready for the fact that they're trying to make it what they call an all-day park.
Yeah.
Where they're going to have a lot of nighttime shows and activities. But one of the things, and I didn't know anything about this, was it kind of a surprise when the walls came down that there are new sculptures on the Tree of Life. I didn't know.
I don't know if there was any announcement. It's just like, like obviously in the Tree of Life they have the sculpted into the bark of it or like animals, and so the roots extend. Bugs Life Theater's underneath, and the roots extend out, and then the outer roots they've now sculpted new animals. So I've seen pictures. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah. Joe Rohde loves doing that stuff. It's all over Aulani.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's all over Aulani. It's crazy. But it is cool, and I thought it was fun that they added some new things. So I think we're going to see very much like Disney California Adventure had a huge facelift. I feel like now it's Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom going through that, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, Animal Kingdom needs it. I mean, I love Animal. It like holds my favorite 2 rides, my favorite show, but it's just like that's all you can do there.
Yeah. Yes. So it needs a facelift. And I'm just excited to... I always thought, honestly, that the nighttime stuff didn't exist because of the animals. I thought it was like a safety concern.
It wasn't originally.
Do we not care anymore? Like, what happened? We don't care if the lions sleep anymore? Or
no,
like
I think that... I don't know. I'm not an animal expert, but I know that's a lot of the reason. We're like, oh, we close at 7 for the animals, or... maybe it's just not the fact that they want to do fireworks there, obviously, because of the animals, but they are doing the World of Color-esque show. Of course, Avatar Land is coming. They're going to do nighttime safaris. So I know that'll be a new thing, because I know they bring the animals back at night. Obviously.
I wonder if they'll have, like, double the animals. So they'll have to, like, have a nighttime...
Shifts.
Yeah.
Animal shifts.
Boom. Awesome. So yeah, that's exciting news for Animal Kingdom. Happy to hear it. Something I'm pretty excited for. Of course, you know I love Disney theatricals, and Aladdin has been on Broadway for over a year now, I believe, at this point.
Just about, yeah.
And it's doing very well enough that it is heading to the West End in London. And that's kind of like, there's Broadway and then there's the West End. And if you're doing both, you're huge.
You're good, yeah.
You're pretty huge. So that's great news for Aladdin. I'm not sure exactly when it's opening, but I know that they're searching for houses at the moment. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Soon it will be touring?
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. Oh, that'd be great if, what's his name? The guy who plays Jafar. I'm blanking. Don't make that my trivia question. In any case, is it Freeman? Jonathan Freeman?
Yes.
Okay. That'd be nice if he toured with the show.
He'll stay on Broadway, probably.
I don't know. Some people really like to get on the road. Some people just find that to be a fun adventure. So we'll see. That pretty much wraps up all of the little news we had. That's a lot.
So much news.
So much news. So I hope you all kept up with us. But now that means it's trivia time.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
You sure?
No.
Okay. Well, I just mentioned that Aladdin is heading to the West End in London.
Ugh.
There are 2 other Disney shows currently playing in the West End in London. 2 other Disney theatricals. Can you name them?
I can probably name one.
I bet you could too.
Mary Poppins?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Lion King.
Lion King is one. I will give you a hint for this other one. It's not playing on Broadway.
Beauty and the Beast?
Nope.
Is it obviously?
It's never played on Broadway. It's not a musical.
Oh, it's that Romeo and Juliet one.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of it?
Based
Based on a movie.
Yeah. That one.
That one? The Romeo and Juliet one?
Yeah.
The correct title is Shakespeare in Love.
That one, yeah.
Yes, which I really want to see. Like, please bring it to the... Oh, have you seen the movie?
So...
Have you seen the movie? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. Aladdin, Lion King, and Shakespeare in Love.
Yes.
And when's Aladdin scheduled? Or
It's
just
not
like...
scheduled. They just officially announced, like, they are going. They're looking for theaters to move into.
Cool.
Yeah, so it is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it.
Cool.
Awesome. What do you have?
You ready for this?
Yes.
Actually, this past week, there was an anniversary of a film.
Okay.
Do you know what film it is? What day the anniversary was? And what was the anniversary?
Okay. Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Oh. I thought it was Sleeping Beauty. Was that the previous week?
Mm-hmm.
That was the previous week. So this past week. Is it... Hold on a sec. Is it... I'm trying to visualize.
Between February 1st and February 7th.
It's not Peter Pan. Is it?
It's Peter Pan.
Okay, Peter Pan. And it's between the 1st and 7th. I'm going to say the 4th. The 5th.
February 5th.
February 5th. And how old is it? Ugh, gee willikers. Jiminy Crickets. Oh, goodness. Let me think. Hold on a second. I need a timeline here. I'm going to say like 52. Way off.
Within the past 5 years, it's celebrated its 60th.
65? 4? 3? 2? 62? So
2013 was its 60th.
I'm trying to think. Didn't Sleeping Beauty recently have an anniversary? And I thought it was 50 something. So Peter Pan's older than Sleeping Beauty?
Peter Pan's 1953.
And Sleeping Beauty is?
Question mark.
Okay, so I guess Sleeping Beauty is newer. I wouldn't have guessed that.
62 years.
Anywho, 62 years, February 5th, Peter Pan. 1953, Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then it definitely is older because, so 1953 is Peter Pan. Disneyland opened in 1955, and even though Sleeping Beauty Castle was there, Sleeping Beauty didn't open for years after the opening of Disneyland. I think it was like 62 or something like that. It could have be wrong
That's
slightly.
why you said 50, maybe.
Yeah. That's why I said 50.
You said 52.
Yeah.
A decade ahead.
That's all. I was just, my head was somewhere else. But anywho, I think that's going to do it for us this week, folks. Thanks for listening and watching. We will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
60th, so that's happening. And I think the thing we're probably most excited about for the 60th.
Paint the Night.
Paint the Night. It is official. We've been saying it for a long time, but it is now 100% official. It is coming from Hong Kong Disneyland to Disneyland Resort in California.